Speaking of the space world, you heard of SpaceX. Those satellites that are up there. What are they called, by the way? Do they have a name?
Payloads?
Did you say payloads?
Yeah.
They're satellites.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What were you thinking? What name were you thinking?
I mean, I like the word payload. You can use it for whatever you want, but I don't know, whatever. The satellites for their new program that they're launched, Starlink is I think what they're called.
Yes.
The group of them. Anyway, this is what they look like when you trying to take space photography. I didn't know really exactly what people were talking about when there was a pushback on these satellites, and people were saying they're going to screw up our. I think I did a story on this a little while ago about how Elon had to come out and say, "Look, I'm going to try to fix it." But this is evidence of exactly what happens when a space photographer, that's a photographer on Earth that likes to photograph space, is trying to capture a really unique event. So his name is Daniel Lopez, and it's a comet event called Neowise. And of course, that's the comet in the image there. And all the lines are the satellites. It's crazy how bright they show up as streaks. Now, I think it looks cool, but I can imagine it gets old after a while. You don't want your whole sky to look like that. So I guess I understand some of the pushback. It's all risk-reward situation here. If it's going to be really rewarding, you kind of put up with a little bit of it. Now they are attempting to do something to mitigate this problem on the Starlink satellites. They're going to try to put on future versions some kind of sunshade on newer units that will limit this effect. And I suppose this is some sort of reflection that they're going to have to attempt to limit. That the reflection is whatever's being picked up, reflection of light. I'm assuming. And they're also going to plan to reduce light pollution footprint by adjusting the angle of the solar panels on there. So they're trying. They don't like. I guess they don't like this either, or they're at least hearing people's concerns about what this is doing. This is some type of space pollution. It really makes you think. It's kind of crazy because imagine the whole sky, just satellite fest up there, space junk. It's a strange thing to attempt to imagine. Where do you limit it? Who has the rights? What's involved? I mean, I'm not trying to shut it down, not yet. It seems really promising right now for getting people connected that just wouldn't be feasible otherwise. But it's a curious thought experiment to imagine what if every corporation in the world is up there with their own satellites, and then, because I like the sky as well.
Yeah, space photography will be, you can't do it.
I'm a big sky guy as well. Lately, I think I told you about this. I'm out in the pool late at night, and I'm looking at the sky,
Yeah.
So it puts things in perspective. It really does. I don't know. You've heard it before, but